Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to History and Legacy Africa. Listen carefully. Traoré and the Burkinabe army have just launched a series of Russian drone strikes to wipe out terrorists in security threat zones in Burkina Faso. At this point, the Burkinabe intelligence unit and the security service are on a different level. This week, the rules of the game have been torn to pieces. Captain Traoré has announced a revolution that has sent shockwaves from Washington to the hidden camps of the terrorists in the bush. The Burkinabe government has officially reduced the physical army on the front lines by 80%. Yes, you heard me right. The days of soldiers trekking through the hot sand to be ambushed by terrorists in the trees are over. The war has moved from the muddy trenches into the high-tech, air-conditioned command centers of the Burkinabe intelligence unit. Since the beginning of 2025, Traoré has been quietly building an iron wall in the sky. He did not go to the West to beg for old broken equipment. No, he went to Russia and China and purchased thousands of the most advanced fighter drones the world has ever seen. This week, those drones were unleashed in full force. This is the biggest defeat for terrorism in the history of the Sahel. The enemies who used to hide in the thick forests, thinking they were invisible, suddenly saw fire falling from a clear blue sky. They didn't even hear the sound of a plane. They only felt the silent thunder of Traoré's justice. This is the worst nightmare for the neighboring countries and the foreign spies who fund these terrorists. Previously, they would send their mercenaries across the border at night, hoping to catch our soldiers sleeping. But now, the Burkinabe army has launched 43 high-security control rooms across the country. These rooms are the eyes of the nation. Before an invader even puts one foot on our soil, he is already a red dot on a computer screen in Ouagadougou. The radar sees them, the drones track them, and the remote control of the Sahel deletes them before they can even say a prayer. This week, Captain Ibrahim Traoré officially activated the full network of these command centers. These are not just rooms with TVs. These are war chambers that are more advanced than what many European countries use. Inside, the Burkinabe intelligence unit, the brightest young minds of the Sahel, are sitting in air-conditioned comfort. They are not sweating under the hot sun, and they are not worried about landmines. They are looking at giant 4K screens that show every leaf, every rock, and every terrorist mosquito moving along our borders. The intelligence is on a different level. In the past, the terrorists would hide in the no-man's land, between borders, laughing because they thought our soldiers couldn't find them. But today, the eyes in the sky from Russia and China are connected to these 43 rooms. Traoré has intensified the fight by making the war invisible. When the terrorists gather to plan an attack, they don't know that a drone is hovering 10,000 feet above them, recording their faces and their names. They think they are safe in their tents, but in the control room, a soldier is simply clicking a mouse. 5 seconds later, boom, the camp is gone, and not a single Burkinabe life was risked. This is a heavy blow to the neighboring countries who act as terrorist transit points. They used to help the invaders sneak in, but now, the Burkinabe radar picks them up before they even say goodbye to their wives. The intelligence unit is now outsmarting the Western satellites. The remote control masters tried to jam our signals, but Traoré's new systems from the east are unstoppable. These 43 rooms have become the shield of the upright men. The terrorists are realized that the ground they used to own has become a graveyard from the sky. The control room revolution has made the Burkinabe army invincible. Traoré has proven that modern war is not about who has the most muscles, but who has the best signal. The enemies who plan to eliminate the Burkinabe soldiers to spread fear are now the ones living in total terror. They are running away to save their lives because they know they are fighting a ghost army that strikes from the clouds and never misses. The 43 fortresses are standing guard, and the Sahel has officially moved from the age of the spear to the age of the laser. The intelligence unit in the 43 control rooms has been busy collecting the evidence of victory. Just hours ago, several strikes were launched in the deepest terrorist zones. This time, there was no ground battle. There was no exchange of bullets. There was only the steel bird from Russia and China looking down from the clouds. The footage is shocking. You see hundreds of armed men, Men who were supposedly brave, dropping their weapons and running into the thorn bushes to save their lives. They are running from an enemy they cannot see. They are looking at the sky with eyes full of madness, wondering where the fire is coming from. The Burkinabe army has intensified the strikes to a level the Sahel has never seen. In the past, the enemies planned to eliminate our soldiers just to spread fear. They wanted to show photos of our fallen heroes to break our spirit. But Captain Ibrahim Traoré has flipped the script. Now, it is the terrorists who